Alright, so the final video in this little trilogy I wanted to do here. Do this one fairly quickly. This is just various genres, nothing really just within just like a one genre. But so this is just stuff I've been listening to, I've been enjoying. Just recommend people in general to listen to. And the first one I'll talk about is one of my favorite groups of all time. Was obsessed with them last year especially, and that's Boards of Canada. And I want to talk about their album Tomorrow's Harvest, which is the latest album they released back in 2013. And I just been going back to this one quite a lot. It's kind of like a kind of a sister album to GeoGaddy. It kind of feels to me. It just kind of has those vibes. And GeoGaddy is probably my favorite Boards of Canada album. Even it's really hard to pick a favorite Boards of Canada album. But just that kind of just nice ambient sounds on this album, and I just love it, and feel like people. I feel like, obviously there are like big things where GeoGaddy and Music Has the Right to Children and Beautiful Place Out in the Country EP was like their peak kind of stuff. But Tomorrow's Harvest is a really great album, and I just really hope they release something else in the future, because I just really love their sound so much, and this album is just really great. Band like groups usually fall off like later, but this is still such a great album after like their like 11 years after GeoGaddy. Like, it's really incredible, and I love them so much. So the next one we'll talk about is Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, with their album Organization. It's their second full-length album, came out in 1980. I've talked about Architecture Morality, which is their third album, quite a lot on here. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. And this is really just on the same level as that, honestly. And I guess I didn't like really realize that much until recently, because I'd never really listened to it too much. Like, I'd like listen to it in passing some, but it never really like clicked with me for some reason. But it's a lot of the same kind of just feel as that as the next album, and I just love the sound so much. It's incredible synth pop, just like some of the best synth pop I've ever heard in my life. And just like they have like this, like they implement this like kind of like dark ambient and this kind of like more experimental kind of feel around the synth pop sound, and it's just done so well, and I just absolutely love it so much. And been bonding with my partner about this quite a lot recently. And just really been loving this album, listening to it. I got the vinyl, and been listening to it quite often in the past few months. Just really incredible stuff, incredible bands. Love them so much, and I couldn't recommend them more to anybody that's interested in that kind of stuff around that time. Next one is another really special one that it kind of goes along with my partner too, and I just really been enjoying this so much. Like, because Caitlin, my partner, got me into this band. It's the Mountain Goats, and I had heard of them in the past, but I never really got too into them. I've always been kind of interested in them, so they had kind of that folk sound that I liked from other people, specifically Pigeon Pit, which is a band that I really like, a modern band that I really like. But I've been listening to in particular their album Coroner's Gambit, and I feel like it's very underrated in their discography, honestly, and it's my favorite album of theirs as of right now, and I think it probably always will be. But there's so many great songs on this album, and I just really love. I've been singing along to them and learning them, and I just love this like kind of like lo-fi like indie folk sound that is on this, and kind of folk punkish kind of vibes sometimes here as well. But it's just like such an incredible folk album, and just like really love listening to it. It's just like it's so fun. It just makes me feel so good, and it's always going to remind me of this time in my life. And I just been listening to it in the car. I've been listening to it just all the time. I just really been going back to it quite a lot, and I've been liking the albums around it too, like the stuff in the that was right before it in the late 90s, and then the of course All Hail West Texas, and I guess the year after, 2002, I think that one came out. And I just been really enjoying their sound, and it's been so fun listening to it. Just like, especially, just mostly just the early stuff, because I just love that, just like basic like folk, like the guy with the acoustic guitar singing emotionally. It's just really, just it's so good. It's so great. I just love it so much. So Mountain Goat's been really into them, especially the Cornish Gambit. Definitely listen to the album, please. Please listen to the album. This is a huge one on this list. But next one is in kind of the folk realm, which is neo folk. And I've talked about this album before. It's one of my favorites of all time. Just like something I've been going back to once again. It's Nature and Organization. Beauty Reads the Blood of Solitude. Just incredible album. The best neo folk album, I would probably have to say. Like I like some other neo folk. I've never gotten like huge into neo folk in general. But this album just sticks out. Just incredible, incredible. Just put together so well. Just always love listening to it. Always makes you feel a certain way, and just incredible. If you've never been into neo folk or interested in neo folk, please listen to this album. It's just incredible, amazing stuff, and just love the string instruments, and it's just such a it's just put together so well. Such an amazing album. Moving on from there, got a more modern album here as well. It's by a band called French Police. It's their album called Haunted Castle. I forget when this came out. I think it came out in like 2020, I believe, or something. But this is kind of in that, with like kind of like the cold wave, like new wave revival kind of thing that's been going on. And I really like this. Such like oh man, it's so catchy and so fun, and just these great sounds that comes out of this genres is just like really incredible, and they mix it together so well, and it just sounds so nice, and just really it's like just laid back, and just it just sounds so nice. I've just really been going back to it a lot. I really got into this like at the end of like 2023-ish, early 2024, and I've just been coming back to it and just realizing just like how amazing it is. It's just like addicting and so nice sounding. So if you like that kind of like new wave, cold wave, kind of just like the electronic kind of stuff from like the early 80s and stuff, it's kind of like a revival of that, and just like a more polished sound, I guess, but just done so well. And I just really, it's just such a great album, and really been enjoying going back to that. But the last one on this list, and then wrap it up here, got another one that was on my 2023 list, and I've really been liking this again, is MS Paint, Post American. Just a really, really cool sounding album. Just like this kind of like synth punk, I guess cyberpunk is what you could kind of call it. But it's just like, just has like that punk mentality to it, but has like these electronic instrumentation mixed in with it. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of Death Grips Ex-Military, like some of the sounds that are on it and the samples and stuff. It just like has that kind of vibe to it. It's a short album, but punk albums should be short, and it's just like really just so great. The lyrical content is just like very punk and fuck you, and the sounds that it makes is so cool. It's just like such a unique punk and just general album, and I just love it so much, and I've been going back to it, and I feel like people really should be listening to this a lot as well. But yeah, that's my list for here. It's a little varied there. I hope to do more videos like this in the future, just like here and there. I'll make a little trilogy of things like I did today. And hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys found some stuff that you want to check out. And like I said, always put some recommendations down below. I'm always want to listen to something new, or go back and listen to something I loved in the past. So yeah, that's all I got for today. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.